Hey everybody, hope you had a great trading day. Today was kind of wonky to say the least. So let's just address what happened here today technically. You keep hitting on the cues over and over again. And we're going to do the top 5 and 5 in 1 minute. As everybody knows, at the end of the day, we do 5 stocks to watch for tomorrow, sometimes long, sometimes shorts. But let's just focus on this for a moment. Nothing's really resolved, right? Bonk, bonk, bonk. You keep hitting it, bonk, bonk, over and over again. Nothing's really resolved here. I could overlay the other averages in here, but it's not really adding any value, right? So again, we just have another long-legged doji just sitting up there. So there's not really anything for us to do. But let's get into it. Maybe we pull back, form a handle, and then go. But I don't see a reason to do anything. So let's just jump right into it. The very first one is ASML. And I like ASML here a lot. I like how it acted, right? We bounced right off that 8-day. We got over the 50-day, but we saw some selling. And why we saw that selling most likely was just because you had some big names that were coming out with earnings tonight that are in the semiconductor field. And I think people were just probably taking profits on their day trading. I don't really read that much into it. It did not close above the 50-day, which is what I want. What I would argue is that if it gets over the 50-day again tomorrow, which right now puts us right around 809, and I will put a cheat sheet in the back with all the entries for these 5 positions again as well. But I would just look for this to get over 809, and I think you could see a push. I still think we have a shot at getting back to this 850, 860 range. So let's see how that plays out. But I'm pretty comfortable with that, and I'd like to see if like to give it the opportunity to do it. Now, this one's a slow mover, Ford, but their earnings tonight were just stellar. You're looking at them basically doubling what they stated they were going to do on the earnings per share. It's exactly what you want to see. And from a value company, it doesn't really get any better. Now, what I really like about this is they reinstituted the dividend, 10%. They're resuming, or 10 cents. They're resuming that. And so you have a whole group of fund managers out there that are unable to buy this because it didn't have the right dividend, right? They need a dividend in order to put it into an income fund. Now they can buy this, and they're buying a growth machine that they could feed their income with. People that are institutional, that are fund managers, are definitely going to be looking at this now based upon that action. And all I'm looking for again is, you see these highs right here, 670. Right, and that's after hours. 658 is really the one that we'd be looking at, and I'll just confirm that. I'd be looking at the 645, and then this one is the 658. Okay, so 1658 is what I would use, and then just look at this one very quickly. Okay, this is a 22-year base that we broke, getting over that 16, and I would move this up to 58 now, 1658, and you could continue to go. 18 seems easy, but I think you can get into the low 20s in short order. I really like the name, and I really like what they did tonight. This one is a spec play, and just a caveat, I already have a position in this, a small position, just a starter, and I am actually down in it a little bit. But I'm not really that concerned about it. So I try to give these a wide berth because they're so volatile, these kinds of names. But obviously, they had good news today, Arete, with what happened with Microsoft and the alliance. Whatever that bodes, I don't know. I'm just looking at a couple key things here. And I'm going to take out these fib levels so that we can clean this up a little bit. So all I'm looking for tomorrow is for you to get over this 17. That's all I'm looking for. Get over 1710, okay? And I think you can run at least to the top of this candle. Okay, and that puts us at $25. So I think this has massive potential. This volume is through the roof. And I just want to point out one other thing very quickly, because we try to keep these short and sweet. As always, please subscribe to the channel and click notifications, because we're going to start doing a lot more educational videos. And we do a daily show every morning that's live. You want to be notified of that. So you see how you're wedged in right here, right? And you broke above all those, and now you're right here. Look at how this is popping out over. Okay, over the 50. This has not popped back over that 50 line since it broke through it. So this is pretty significant, and I think you could see follow through. I also like this, and I'll just go over it very quickly. this spike in volume is very important. Relative volume was almost 7x today, and that's what you like to see, that kind of stuff, especially when you're playing these speculative names. Next on the list is Spot, and look, very, very clearly they are just dominating podcasts. More people are coming to them to listen to podcasts now than Apple. And Spotify's a paid service. So just let that sink in for a minute. I think that their quarter was just absolutely stellar. I think in a much stronger market, it would have had much larger follow through. Now, with that said, what I'd like to address is I'm just looking for a trade here, 278. And again, whether or not you write these down, I'll put them as a cheat sheet in the back. But I'm just looking for 278. But I do think that if you're looking a little longer term, you can get back to this 300 level. I do think that's possible. So that's really what I'm looking for out of the trade. And let's get to the last one. So Twilio came out with earnings, and the revenue was up, but the earnings, the expenses are through the roof. Way higher than people thought. It's the best way to explain it. I mean, to say it's a dumpster fire is kind of an understatement with how it's being treated after hours. But let's just go through this. This 304.50 level, that's where you need to look at it tomorrow. I've seen this stock do this where it opens down substantially and then bounces. Sometimes it's even gone flat. So there's huge potential here. But you really want to watch this 304 level. That's it. That's your top 5 at 5. If you could do me a favor, as always, please comment on this video. Please share this video. I'm trying to get in front of as many people as possible to show them what it takes to truly be successful at this. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great evening.